Yo, what up guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be reacting to Candace Owens' thoughts on Andrew Tate. Let's get into it.
You can think about Andrew Tate,
Yo, what up guys, how you doing?
someone
Welcome
who
back to the
is
channel. Today we'll be reacting
to answer
to Candace Owens'
some of your questions.
thoughts on Andrew
Let's get
Tate.
right into it. First question is, what are your thoughts on Andrew Tate? Okay, so Andrew Tate, if you guys are listening and you don't know who he is, I would, I guess, describe him as an online personality that is a part of the manosphere. What am I talking about when I say the manosphere? There are, I guess, sort of some public figures that have arisen that really kind of impress upon manhood, sometimes in a more extreme way. You can think about Andrew Tate, someone who is also followed and adored by a lot of men is Dan Bilzerian, who sort of lives this lifestyle of the rich and the famous and is constantly surrounded by women. Notoriously, there was also Kevin Samuels, who spoke directly to men. He had a male-dominated audience. He was a commentator who was really, really hated by Black women. He was also Black, but because he sort of spoke to, you know, what it means to be a man. And so I want to sort of introduce this video compilation of Andrew Tate just so you can get an idea.
If you follow me on my podcast, we actually touched on Andrew Tate and who he is, what's happened, and how we got where we are today. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to get into what she thinks of him.
Of who exactly it is that we are talking about. Take a listen.
If I were to get on a plane and that plane was to fly into the eye of a hurricane, there was a 50% chance of it crashing. I'd want a male pilot because I think that males are better under stress and under pressure. I think they're less likely to get emotional in a life or death situation. That's why they make better soldiers. That doesn't mean that doesn't make me misogynist. That doesn't make me sexist. That's just true. Women are better at other things than men. And I'll sit here and say women are better at X. But I will say that men are better at Y. I'm not going to sit and pretend that we're all the same. We're not. Under pressure, when your life is on the line, anyone who's honest would want a male pilot in said situation. You would not want a female pilot.
I am extremely versed in CPR. I do know.
I think that is, I don't know, man. Like, if I'm in a situation where the plane is going down, yeah, I don't really care what's flying. I need to know you know what you're doing and you're calm under pressure. There's nothing that is uninteresting as somebody who's not calm under pressure, like you're finicky and yeah, I don't know if there's a point. You think there's a point?
How to administer CPR. However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female. This is the reality. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you, you're gonna die. I mean, if you're a really good friend, no, not even if you're a friend. If you're my friend, you just can't be a well, I had a heart attack. Get the up. What's wrong with you? Go hospital later. Have a drink. Cigarette, cup of coffee. Get back in the game. And having heart attacks near me, little. So none of my friends would even have those kind of problems because I don't roll with little bitches. But if you're some dude I don't know and you need CPR and everyone's looking at me, who knows CPR? Well, me. Help him. No. Why? Because I ain't gay.
What would you do if I wanted to start an OnlyFans?
I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with women doing OnlyFans. As long as I had influence and control over it.
What do you mean? Doing a video photographer and get the angles, yeah?
No. I'm not doing any real work, but just like taking all the money. If my chick said, I want to do OnlyFans, I'm like, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand, all right, give me 8. All right, cool. All right.
What woman is going to give you 8 grand?
You're my woman, you're doing OnlyFans, you're selling my product.
Your product?
Yes,
The
correct.
woman is not
Next
your
question.
possession. No. I don't know if you're being serious.
I'm totally serious. How would I let my chick do OnlyFans and keep all the money? That's disrespectful.
What woman is ever going to give you that?
Then she better not do OnlyFans. Duh.
I say things that they know are true.
Yo, yeah, this one is tricky. If she's doing OnlyFans, we better do it together, though. Like, yo, but nah, I can't do all the work and you take all the money. I don't know if I agree with the brother on this one, but
True and that they agree with, but I say it in a way that angers them emotionally and they get caught up in their brain because they're saying, he's saying the truth, but I'm pissed off by how he's saying it. So I want to argue with him, but he's right. So instead of saying men are physically stronger than women, I'll say females are weak. Females are weak. Well, females are weak. Females are weak. Men are strong. Females are weak. No, but I'm right. And he knows I'm right. But he's mad now. And so is she. And they sit there and you'll happen on Dave Portnoy. You end up having a whole group of people sitting there trying to argue. Well, some women are strong like men. Trying to argue the fact that women are as strong as men physically because I've emotionally controlled them all and upset them all.
So you get it. And if you're listening and not watching, he's always wearing sunglasses. He's embodying a character, and he has developed in response a legion of fans that support him. So my thoughts on him getting banned is that it's ridiculous. You can disagree with some of his ideas, right? Do I agree that if your girl has an OnlyFans account, as he once said, that you should be entitled to 80% of it because your woman is your property? No, I don't agree with that. But I would host him and I would debate him on that. I'm not offended by him even saying it. I think it's stupid, and I would debate him any day of the week on that, because I think it's not even productive to society. But why is he getting banned for this? What is he really getting banned for? You don't get banned for bad ideas, but you do get banned for ideas that are against the wave of the leftist narrative. The fact that we have people and individuals that are on TikTok, right? What's worse? TikTok advocating for minor attracted persons, advocating for pedophilia, trying to put a ribbon on pedophilia, right? Pretending that it's just a sexual preference, as if you're lesbian or gay. Yeah, I'm into children. That's the stuff that you can find online. You can find professors that are talking about that are trying to introduce these concepts. What's worse? People that are advocating for the castration of our children, teaching children that they can pick their gender and that they should want and aspire to go on puberty blockers, which we know causes irreparable harm to their bodies. People that will grow up and they will actually not be able to have normal sexual functions. People that grow up to be asexual because they thought they could just press pause on their puberty because that's what they learned online, and a bunch of celebrities got in line and said, that's great, the trans agenda. What's worse? These celebrities that are advocating for the harm of our children through all of these various means, or a guy that's a part of a manosphere that's clearly playing a part. I'll also say this. Why do these people get so many followers? Why does Andrew Tate get so many followers? Why does Dan Bilzerian? Why do Dave Portnoy? Now, these people are different, but why do they inspire?
Well, I think they get more followers because a lot of people do agree with what they're saying. You know, it's not that people disagree, especially young men or men in general. It's like there are certain values that we grew up with, which are traditional values in today's world where people want you to be modern, but it's like a lot of people were raised on traditional values, and then all of a sudden the world switched to a zone where it's all weird, and we're all trying to catch up to, okay, this is how we're moving now, how do we survive? But then what ends up happening is when someone rises up and says, hey, the traditional way actually works, it's like, yeah, we agree.
Inspire so many men to want to get behind them. Well, maybe it's because we are living in a society that keeps trying to force the other extreme. These men are hungry for leadership. They want to be told that it's okay to be a man, right? Because everything around them, look at the media. Oh, toxic masculinity. Oh, you're a bad person if you don't have your tail in between your legs. Oh, the woman should act like men and the men should act like women, right? Men should apologize for being men. That is the message that is coming from the mainstream media. And so, of course, these men are looking for something else. Like, give me anything else. Give me somebody that at least says it's okay to be a man, and these men do it. They say, it's cool. I like hot chicks. And guys go, yeah, awesome. At least we said it. Stop trying to tell men that they have to like fat people, right? You have to like Lizzo. If you don't think that Lizzo is hot sauce, then you're problematic, right? That's the message that they're getting. So then someone gets on a platform and they say water is wet.
Listen.
They say hot chicks are hot. And these men celebrate as they should, because they need to stop hearing these ridiculously toxic ideas and stop being led to believe that there's no place for them in our society. I'll wrap this portion by saying this. There is no society that can survive without strong men. So this is the natural response to a society that is impressing upon male weakness. You're going to get the other extreme.
Yeah.
Why are you so pro Kanye? I get this.
I think that she makes some valid points. We live in a society nowadays where it's very tricky, especially as a young man, how you navigate it, because the world was super messed up in history. We've gone to the other extreme of trying to fix problems, but then we failed to understand why certain things were the way they were. I don't stand here and say that I'm misogynistic or I hate women. I love women, and I feel like there is a big role and there's a lot we have to do. But I think the number one problem we made is we try to attack a lot of men and weaken men to an extent so that we can cover those gaps, whereas what we were supposed to do was to strengthen women and allow men to remain strong so that we can be on an equal path, not this wishy-washy thing that we've done, and we're now in a situation where things are just weird. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think.
Question a lot, and yesterday I posted a photo of me wearing Yeezy Gap. Kanye and I are friends, first and foremost, and he asked me to be a part of that campaign, and I said yes. I think he is a fashion genius. If you have watched his documentary on Netflix, you will see that Kanye West is somebody who is tremendous, and I value him as a friend. That's, the best way to say it. Before I ever got into politics, here's a little fun backstory. It was Kanye's music that inspired me to sort of figuratively jump out of the window and just go for it. There's a song called Power that I listened to on repeat. This is before I ever knew him, before I was even a public figure. I would listen to a song Power on repeat, and it gave me the courage to do something different, to be willing to be a Black conservative in the open space that wasn't going to apologize for my conservatism. Of course, I am not the first Black conservative to have a platform, but I think I'm one of the only ones. There might be a few that won't apologize for who I am. And I do credit that courage that I have with a lot of Kanye's music. For those of you that follow it, he has always been someone that has been courageous in many capacities when he's been told that he can't. So Kanye's story starts with Kanye being a producer. He produced everybody's music in hip hop. And then he said, I want to produce my own music. And they said to him, oh, no. You just make the beats. You just produce the music. You're just a producer. And he refused, and he stood up against that mob, if you will, and he introduced his own music. And then he won Grammys, and suddenly it was Kanye West, you make music amazing. And then he said, okay, well, I want to get into fashion. And they said, no. What is a rapper like you going to do in this high society fashion community? And he was told no. And look at him now, the most successful sneaker in America with the Yeezys. And he became a billionaire, obviously, via his partnership with Gap and his partnership with Adidas. So I think Kanye is someone who should be admired for his perseverance and for his willingness to, as he has said in past songs, turn a room full of no's into a yes. The next portion of the show, as you know, as always, is only going to be available exclusively.
What are my thoughts? For me, Candace Owens is somebody that I never really listened to much of her stuff because obviously I never really agreed, or I don't know, I never really gave her an opportunity or time or day. So today was the first time reacting to some of her stuff because she's reacting on stuff that I've touched on. The one thing is, when it comes to Andrew Tate, I feel like banning him was wrong. I feel like there's a bigger conversation that has to happen that the world is not ready to have. And then when it comes to Kanye West, man, hey, that says see you guys in the next one.